guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be smoking a brisket in our Kamado Joe. It's been about a year since we put our first brisket video up that we did on this Weber grill, and since then we've upgraded slightly to the Kamado Joe Big Joe. But first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get a packer brisket from Costco, we're gonna trim it up, and then we're gonna put a rub on it. So almost all of this, we're just gonna cut all this off. This will not, it's so hard, it will not reduce down at all. So this will be, you'll see it's a ton of fat that you're gonna lose. So the rule of thumb that everyone says is to try to leave a 1/4 inch of fat over the whole thing.
Good luck knowing exactly.
Exactly.
1/4 inch.
I think the most important part is getting all of this really hard stuff off. Now that our brisket is all trimmed up and rubbed down, what we really want the brisket for is dinner tomorrow. So we're not gonna start the fire until later on tonight, probably around like 11 or so. But I can set the grill up. So I've learned, so I now use lumped charcoal, and also we're gonna use some wood chunks as well. Last time I was using briquettes and used lighter fluid to light it, and those are two big no-nos. So now I use lumped charcoal. I have a little heat gun that I'm gonna use to get it started. I've got some hickory chunks of wood that we're gonna put in there. We're gonna get that started around 11 o'clock tonight. Then we're gonna put our brisket on, and then we're probably not gonna check it until first thing in the morning. Good girls. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks really juicy. First check of the brisket went great. It looks really great. I wasn't gonna spray it then with apple cider vinegar, but probably in the next few hours I'll need to. We're gonna wait until the internal temp gets to be about somewhere between 200, maybe even up to 205 before we actually pull the brisket off. Once it gets there, we're gonna pull it off. We're gonna separate the point and the flat, and then we're gonna wrap the flat in foil and let that rest for a couple hours. And we're gonna take the point, we're gonna cut it up. We're gonna put it back on the grill for a couple hours to do some burnt ends. I'm gonna do a little bit. Hopefully that's enough to actually. I'll come back in an hour, see what it looks like. It'll probably help the bark set up real well. One thing that I will say, if this is your first brisket, I probably wouldn't try to time it for a meal or anything like that. I would just go for it. Start it when you think you need to start it, maybe early in the morning so you can kind of watch it all day. Definitely take your time. Let it get up to that temperature, whatever temperature you're shooting for, 198, 200, something like that. Let it get to temperature, and then most importantly, let it rest afterwards. I like to rest for like 90 minutes or so, wrapping it in foil and then maybe some towels and then putting it in the cooler. Let it rest. That is definitely a crucial part in getting a nice tender brisket. So take your time, don't be intimidated. Your first one's probably not gonna come out great. I think I've done something on the order of like 10 or so, and I'm just now getting to the point where they're coming out really, really good. The first few were just a learning experience, so give it a try, stick with it, and definitely the most important thing is be patient. All right, we were reading between 200 and 204. So we're about to pull it off. See what it looks like. We pre-cut when we were trimming into the fat that separates the point and the flat on both sides, so it should be really easy to separate the two. We're gonna take the flat, we're gonna wrap it in foil, put it in some towels, put it in the cooler, and let it slowly cool down probably for about 2 hours. We're gonna take the point, we're gonna cube it up into like 1 inch by 1 inch cubes. Put it in like a tin, throw some barbecue sauce on it, put some foil over it, and throw that back on the grill. Going in the cooler. It's been between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Our brisket has been resting, wrapped in foil, wrapped in towels, and in a cooler. So we're gonna take it out, cut it up. We just took the burn ends off the grill. Those are incredibly tender, very, very good. So let's check the brisket out. Looks really juicy, really good smoke ring. Yeah, looks great so far. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Great bend to it. Yeah, pulls apart real easy. Yep. Hopefully this video encouraged you to try your hand at smoking a brisket. It can be a little intimidating because people say it is a harder cut of meat to smoke. I've definitely had my challenges, but just be patient. Don't forget to rest it at the end. Thanks so much for watching Break It Yourself. Don't forget to thumbs me up, and we'll see you next time.